So what happens when you take the bridge pickup of a Stratocaster and you add a hunk of metal to the back side of it? Stick around and find out. So all there is to it is putting a little piece of metal, of course this is a very thick piece of metal, to the back side of this bridge pickup, and then you solder a piece of wire to the piece of metal, and then that same wire to the black wire of the pickup. So for this, to see if it makes any difference, this little piece of metal, it's supposed to, according to a few manufacturers, a couple that come to mind, Lindy Fralin in Richmond, Virginia, just a couple hours north of me, and Radio Shop over in England Town. They have the Chris Buck signatures, and they kind of do this as well to add a little telly punch to that bridge pickup. I'm not really sure if it works. I'm sure it does. If Chris Buck says it does, chances are it does. Now, can a layman's ears, can a standard person like you and me, Chris Buck is not a standard guitar player by any stretch. He's a great musician. If he can hear the difference, that doesn't mean that we can. And I'm betting that it's not a hearing difference so much as a feeling difference. When you dig in on that bridge pickup with a pick or with your fingers and you really try to, you know, get that grit to it, to the sound, that punch, this little bar, this little piece of metal here might make a difference. So what we're going to do is do a couple riffs in Stratocaster without this bar, and a couple with, using the same settings. And if you watched my video before with the Tone Hatch Texas Spirit pickups, I still have those in my guitar, in my Fender Performer Series guitar. They are super pickups. I do not want to change them or go away from them too far, but I do want to test this theory out. I had a friend of mine who has a plasma cutter mill up a couple of these. I don't know if it's called milling with metal work, but he worked up, if that's a word, a few of these little metal plates to put on the back side of these pickups and see what difference it makes. I'm going to record the audio through the Helix with the Bassman setting. It's a basic setting. I probably won't use reverb just so we can hear the raw sound, which is really going to make me vulnerable. But bear with me, we will get through this and we will see if it makes a difference. My playing aside, this bridge pickup is pretty sick. A little fuzz. Back off the volume. So it sounds pretty good already. What I'm going to do is remove the pick guard, add this little plate to the back of the bridge pickup, and try that run through one more time. Stick around. So, pulled the pick guard off. I'm going to take this piece of metal and put it on the back of this bridge pickup. It's a real simple operation. The magnet actually holds it into place fairly well, but we're going to put a little bit of glue on there just to make sure. So we're going to solder to the back side of this and then run the wire to this solder bead here on the back side of the pickup. I'm going to clamp this into a vise because it's going to get quite hot. I'm just using standard pushback cloth wire that actually I got from trimming the leads on these pickups. Not the cleanest solder joint I've ever done, not the worst. And we're going to let that sit for a minute because that's very hot. And while we wait, I'm going to take a piece of this. This is just standard painter's tape, and put it on the back side of this pickup to cover those magnet pole pieces. Alright, so now that this is cooled, I'll take it out of the vise. It's still pretty warm, but what I'm going to do is put some glue, just a couple dots. This is just regular super glue, CA thick from Woodcraft, because I do woodworking. Just going to put a couple dots. Now the magnet's going to do the majority of the holding. I just don't want this to wiggle around if it gets jarred loose. So just a couple small dots there. Make sure that's not going to run around on me. Line it up with the screw pieces. Push it down. And voila. And then what I'm going to do is trim this wire, because we don't need that much. Alright, so now all I'm going to do is push back this cloth wire, push down the wire from the metal plate onto the negative post of the pickup, which is typically the black post, and solder the two together. And all I'm doing is just grounding that plate. You don't want to get it too hot, because you could mess up the wires of the coil of the pickup that wrap around that bobbin. All you want to do is get it soft, push the wire in, and then we will trim the extra. And that's it. That's all there is to it. There's our modification. Okay, so we have the metal plate installed. These are the Tone Hatch Texas Spirit that I shot in a previous video that will be linked in the description below. It is simply beneath this pickup. Yeah, I don't know. That one's got me stumped. I want to say that there's more bass punch, but I don't know if that's the right term for it. Feels more responsive, like the note seems rounder, more smooth, polished. Sounds a little out of tune. We can fix that. I'm not really sure. This little piece of magnet, this little piece of metal, I'm not really entirely sure that it's doing a whole lot. It might just all be up here, but I guess I'll just have to wait and see. So the jury's still out on this. I don't know if there's a discernible difference in the sounds with the metal bass plate and without. I think that I heard a difference. As far as playing it and being separated by the 15 minutes or so it took me to put the metal plate on, I don't know that I recall how it sounded before. And if you heard a difference, let me know down in the comments. Like me on Facebook, follow me on YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more videos just like this. Again, this is the Fender Performer Series Strat with the great big headstock. It's got tone hatch Texas Spirit. If you haven't seen the video for that, go ahead and watch that now. It's linked in the description below. That's the tone hatch Texas Spirit. I just wanted to add that little metal base plate to the bridge pickup to see if it added anything. Tell me what you heard in the comments. Tell me what you like about this video, what you don't. I appreciate you guys watching and tuning in. I've been Thomas Thurman. You guys have been great.